Hey guys, welcome back to Moon Acres. I've got a truckload of fence posts and fence building materials outside that need to get unloaded, and I don't really want to deal with that right now, so I decided I was going to come in and make a chicken video. And the reason why is last night we took our chicks out of the little giant brooder that you may have seen a video I did a couple weeks ago on this, but we had 11 and they had just outgrown it, and it's only like week 4 when I ordered this thing. I called and asked about it, and they said you could fit about 30 chicks inside of there for 5 to 6 weeks, and it's like week 4, 11 chicks, and it's really kind of not practical at this point because every time you lift it up to change the food or the water, they end up hopping out and everything. And also it's wintertime, and so this grate, which is a really cool concept, and I'm going to look forward to it when we put the baby ducks in here in a couple weeks, but when it's cold out or cold ambient temperature, this thing, I wasn't comfortable with them just being on this false bottom because they could get a bottom draft of a little bit of cold air out here in the shed, and that could kill them. So what I did is I took the removable pan out and I placed that inside and then put the pine shavings inside of there. So it was nice and cozy. And then I had a plate heater as well, one that they can get underneath of. It's on the little legs, and that was pretty good. It was kind of a bummer because we already have 2 other plate heaters, but they're the ones that stand up, but they're too tall for this thing. So it would be nice if this was a lot taller, and yeah, if you could like just have to open only one side of this. If this was 2 different lids, it'd be really helpful. And the other downside about having that tray up in here is that when the chicks would scratch around, they'd kick it all out of the sides, and so I'd come into the shed in the morning and there'd be like a mountain of pine shavings on the floor. So anyway, yesterday we were just looking in here and decided it was time they needed to get a little bit better space. So we got our 2 plastic totes, and we took our 11, we put 5 in one and 6 in the other, and everybody seems to be pretty happy and cozy. We got the plastic mesh that's kind of like a chicken wire substitute. This stuff is great because you can just cut a section out and put the lid over top of it and clamp it down, and this is how you can make a good little ventilated brooder box. So it doesn't matter really the plastic container that you get, they're all the same. But I took our heating pads that stand up, I took the feet off them. You can't see it now. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, it's kind of hanging in there, but it's hanging along the wall, so they can get up against that. And then they've got a little bit of space to where they can get away from it. And right now, it's probably about 65, 70 degrees in here maybe, and so I don't even have those on. I'm just going to turn them on at night because it's still getting pretty cold and it's uninsulated in here. So, but I've got their water elevated. That helps to keep it from being a mess. And then their food, I had to unbury this just a little while ago because they had just completely buried it all. So I'm ready for them to go outside. They're ready to go outside, and I would do it, but I think next week it's going to get to like down in the teens, and then the highs are just going to be the low 30s, and it's really, really windy here, so I would feel bad if they got a real bad draft. But if push comes to shove, we may just box off the inside of the coop that they're going to go into and close it off and put the heaters in there. So, but anyway, this is pretty short term. They're probably going to outgrow this within a few days, but they seem to be happier. It's a little neater. And then we've got it also, that's important, I like to have it off of the ground just because that cold air is going to go down to the ground, and so they're up a little bit higher where it's not as drafty. And so we'll see how it goes, but I'm not using a heat lamp with these because it's plastic melts, and we're just basically, they're pretty much, I'd say probably like 85% feathered out. So they're doing pretty good as far as regulating their temperature and so on and so forth. But all right, well, that's about everything I can make up about chickens to talk about and stall going and unloading this truck. So I guess I'm going to get to that, and once we move these outside, we'll make another video, and I'll show you our setup on that as well. So hope you're doing good, and we'll see you next time.